One of the applications of ragged arrays is when we try to design and implement a word cross game. So for the word cross game, what we want to do is to basically have words stacked up like this. So I have, for example, a word right here, followed by another word that may be a little bit longer, followed by another word that may be shorter than both, and then another word, and so on. So this is a clear example of a ragged array. And what I want to do basically is to have symbols displayed here. I can display stars or underscores or whatever other symbol that I think of. Now the idea is to keep presenting symbols here, so all stars or all underscores or all question marks or whatever symbols that I want to tell the user how many characters do I have in each word. And eventually what I want to happen is whenever a user chooses one of those valid letters, what I will do is, for example, the user chose this, so what I will do is basically replace this symbol with the letter they actually guessed right. So for example, an A. Now this is gonna appear and everything is going to be symbols as well. Now if this A is available in more than one word, so it's going to appear in all of those words. For example, I have two A's here maybe, and then I have one here, and then I have one here, and the rest of the board is going to display symbols as expected. Now what I need to do is every time the user guesses a letter, I need to replace the symbol with that letter. So the symbol that's covering the letter needs to be replaced by that letter. Now keep in mind that I need to keep the current state of the board for the next iteration. So for the next iteration, what I want to have is basically this and check if the user guesses a new letter. Now, how will I proceed about implementing this? Obviously, what I want to do is basically have the full ragged array in my application, and this needs to be already filled with letters. So I need to have this filled in my Java application. But the catch is the user should not see the filled ragged array. So I will need to have a print method. So in my print method, what I will need to have is my print is going to check whether this guess is a valid guess or not. If it's a valid guess, it should place it in my array. If it's not a valid guess, this ragged array should not change. Now, how can I keep track of valid guesses? I need to store my letters that are valid letters in some one-dimensional array. So this is going to contain all of my letters. And now whenever a user makes a guess, I will come to this array and check if that guess is available in this array. If it is available in this array, I will go and reflect it back in the board, which is the ragged array. I should also keep track of all guesses that the user made. So I will have an array that has everything, so all of the guesses. What is the use of this one? Suppose the user guesses the letter E, for example. If I have E in my word, I should replace it in the places that I have E. So for example, those two places, and then I should place this letter back in my array. Why do I need this? Because if the user guesses E again, I should display a message that tells the user you already guessed that letter. Another use of this, if the user guesses another letter that's not there, supposing that the user guesses V. V is basically not in my board. So I need to store V here as well, so the user will know next time when they guess V that they already guessed that letter. Now when will this game end? This game is going to end when all of the letters are filled. So when the user guesses all of those letters, I need to fill up this board and end my game. I will show you a demo on how this game works, and then based on the description, I want you to try to implement this game. So for example, this is my word cross game, and what I'm trying to do is guess letters. So I will enter some letters like X, for example. And it says no, the letter is not there. Guess another letter. Let me try an A. Then I have three A's and they appeared on my board. Let me try an E. I have one E that appears on my board. Y, there is no Y. Now let me try C, and I have some words. So I can guess that the first word is car, and then I have two words in here like this. This is an R. This is an R. And then let me have T, and then I have T filled here and T filled here. So this looks like the word pet. And then I have car, apart, and pet. So cab, and I can guess that this last letter is an S. And then I have everything filled, and it says congratulations, you got all words. Now let's run this again and try to guess a letter twice. So let me guess an A, and then try to guess an A back again. It says you already chose this letter, please enter a letter. And this is basically because I stored the letter A in the array of the letters they already guessed. So based on the previous description, which is this thing, we want to implement this game.